Hello YouTube. It has been a while since I have posted any watch reviews, but I'm very excited today because I just got my package in. This is my very first watch received from the Watch Gang subscription program, and let's just say I'm very enthusiastic and very excited. This has been the first watch that I have purchased in, gosh, it has been maybe over 2 years now. And so it's a mystery watch. The way that Watch Gang works is that you have a subscription. They have 3 different tiers. They have an original tier at $50 per month, a black tier at $100 per month, and then a higher tier, a premium tier basically, at $300 per month. So there was a promotion going on where for half price you can get your first month of black tier watch to be mailed to your home, and so that's how I basically acquired this watch. So let's begin. I'm really excited to see. I have no clue which watch this is, but let's begin with a wristwatch check. As I'm opening up this mystery watch, I'm currently wearing my Rolex Submariner, which has been my trusty daily watch, also my Grail watch that I've worn for the last 2 years now, on the job, casual, with a suit, and in a t-shirt and jeans. And so I love this watch to death, but let's see what's the new watch that's going to be joining my collection. All right, let's get it open. It comes in a pretty non-specific package. In fact, it kind of gives you an idea about how big the watch box itself is going to be. And so let's open up this package and take a look. All right, here goes nothing. So we got a little black box and nothing else in the package. All right, we'll set this to the side. No need for my knife anymore. All right. What could it be? Well, I think we got a clue right here. It says J. Brackett, and so that probably is not only the watch manufacturer, but actually maybe even the watch model number. And it looks like there's a white box inside. Let's take a look. Let's see. Here we go. It looks like it opens up like a book, and there we go. There we have it. A J. Brackett. Let's open it up and take a look. All right. Here it is. And ooh, it is automatic. Look at that. We got a clear back case, a clear case back, I should say, but let's take a look. Let's take a closer look. So, it's looking pretty nice. I have yet to check the measurements online. I'll provide more information about this watch in the caption below the video, but just kind of eyeballing it, it looks like it's roughly about between a 40 and 43 millimeter case diameter. And as you saw from the back of the watch, it's indeed an automatic watch. Right now it looks like the watch is stopped because actually nobody's been wearing this watch. And so it's probably going to require either a couple shakes to get that automatic rotor moving. As you can see it, you can probably see it better like this. It's got an automatic rotor. This is automatic watch, meaning it does not have any battery inside it, but rather it works on the kinetic energy from when you're holding or wearing this watch on your wrist, and as you're walking around, that rotor's turning around 360 degrees, and it's actually charging and winding the watch, I should say. And as you can see, it's on a stainless steel bracelet, and the dial color appears to be white or silvery white. It does have a date complication. As you can see, it says J. Brackett on the front, and it does say automatic. And it has a very thin, almost sword-shaped hour hand and minute hand. But gosh, let's see if we can get some of this plastic off of this watch. It has been well wrapped. You can definitely tell it is brand new. All right. I'm excited to put this on the wrist and see how it looks. Let's take a quick peek. All right. This is exciting. I mean, I wasn't sure whether I was going to get a quartz movement or an automatic movement with my very first subscription, but I'm very happy to see that I got an automatic movement. Now I'll just let you know that I am assuming that this is actually a Japanese automatic movement, just given that this does come from the black tier, so it's not the highest end tier of watch, but hey, I'll take a Japanese automatic. They're pretty reliable and they're pretty great. So all right, let's see how we can get this apart. Again, it looks like they've really wrapped it pretty well with this plastic to protect the finish on the stainless steel bracelet. All right, it may require cutting, but let's see if we can get some of these pieces off. Where's the mechanism to unlock this? I wonder. I'm used to having the push pins on these kind of bracelets. All right, there we go. Now it's coming off a little bit more. It'll require a little bit of tearing of the plastic, but that's okay. Sorry guys, it's taking a little bit of time to get this plastic off because it's really wrapped quite tight around this stainless steel. And again, I have not yet found how to actually open up the bracelet itself. I wonder if maybe the plastic is just preventing it from opening, or if indeed there's a locking and unlocking mechanism that I haven't yet discovered. So we're gonna find out shortly. I apologize for the delay. There we go. Okay, plastic is off, thankfully. Now we can get a better look at the finish on the watch. I'm going to remove all the plastic, everything I can, and then I'll proceed with putting on my watch gloves. Of course, this video would not be complete without wearing the jeweler's gloves. They're not really jeweler's gloves, they're just simple gloves, but let me take off all the plastic. That way there won't be anything interfering with our view. Let's take a look. All the plastic has come off. Okay. All right. Now, let me just set this down for a second. You can take a look at that. I'm going to remove my wristwatch, and that way we can put the new watch on the wrist and see how it looks. So I'll just set this over here. All right. The gloves go on. This is just for kicks. I've seen so many watch review videos where they put on some gloves. This may not be the white jeweler gloves, but they'll do for now. So let's take a look. And again, we're getting a close-up look at the J Brackett watch. And as you can see, just from a little bit of movement of the automatic mechanism, the seconds hand has started moving. And so obviously if you kind of shake it around a little bit and wind it up, you're going to get a little bit more power reserve, or a little more power stored in that winding mechanism. All right, so again, it is a beautiful watch. I'm actually very impressed with what you can get for such a small amount of money when you're subscribing to these kind of watch review websites and services. So wonderful, very good. Let's get a close-up as close as we can. Hopefully it's able to focus a little bit, or able to see the dial as it turns. So it is actually a beautiful watch. Now I'm assuming, based at this price point, that this is probably a mineral crystal. Although again, I'm going to have all the specifications in the caption. And so it looks like this is not a screw down dial, or rather I forgot what this is called, but as we're turning the hands, you can see it's got some smooth movements. It's very easy to adjust, and it does have a hacking movement, which means that the seconds hand stops when you're basically stopping the watch to set the time. And let's see if this date mechanism will shift at this time. It looks like we're at the 12 p.m. time. So I'm not going to set the exact time right now. Let's just get a go ahead and get everything moving again. So perfect, very good, excellent. Again, kind of getting a good look at the stainless steel finish. You can see that it's entirely of a brushed finish. There's no polished links in here, which is okay. It just may happen to be the style that they wanted. Now, if you take a close look at the end links, they actually appear to be solid, which is actually more than you could expect from a watch at this price point. So again, a wonderful job to J. Brackett. And let's take a close look at what it reads on the bottom of the watch. It may be hard to see on the video, but basically it says Japan automatic movement, 10 atmospheres water resistant, USA design, and it says all 316L stainless steel. So again, kind of just basically celebrating the fact that this is made from a high quality stainless steel. And the movement is actually signed J. Brackett. So very impressive. And it says on there 24 joules. Very nice. Very, very nice. I like it. So again, who is this watch for? This watch could be for a person who's wearing this in the office, wearing this in the professional setting. It appears to be something that could be even worn with jeans and a t-shirt, so something rather casual as well. I'm very excited about the automatic movement. The nice thing about that is that there's no batteries to change. This watch is alive as long as you're alive, up and kicking, moving, and wearing the watch. So again, wonderful. I'm very excited. So let's take a look and see what it looks like on the wrist. Again, how to unlock, that is the question. I'm not accustomed to having a butterfly clasp that doesn't have an unlocking mechanism, so I'm a little bit hesitant to apply too much pressure to it. How else could we open it? Let's take a look. Might there be a button perhaps? That is interesting. You know what? I'm not quite sure. I just can't get this open. That is interesting. Well, I'm going to have to update in a little bit. First, I'm going to find out how to open this, and then I'll let you guys know in just a little bit. I'll give you a wrist shot with it on the wrist. All right, guys, finally got it on the wrist. So now you can kind of see how it looks. And it looks pretty sharp, actually. And I can say that I like it. Now, as you can see, it has somewhat of a dome to the crystal. That's why it kind of has that effect as you turn it. And I would say that definitely adds to clarity and tries to remove reflections, even though obviously you can see some reflections from nearby lights from the light above, but it actually makes it very easy for it to read. Obviously the contrast between the dark and the silver, the white dial, and the dark markers and the dark hands of the watch definitely contribute to making it easy to read. And again, I finally figured out it's actually not a butterfly clasp, but rather it is more of a deployant clasp, almost like a scissor clasp. But now we'll take it off of the wrist again, and I'm going to have to size it in a little bit because it is a little bit big on my wrist. But again, it is a beautiful watch, wonderful watch. I love that smooth motion of the seconds hand that is of course characteristic with an automatic watch. So again, a wonderful watch. Here's a nice close-up so you can take a look at the watch and kind of get a good idea of what it looks like. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it does indeed have a signed crown as well. It looks like it may be somewhat of like a signature showing a J, and of course J being for J. Brackett. All right, and then here's a close-up on the clasp itself, being more so a deployant clasp. So it just kind of folds over like that. Now the interesting thing is that the direction of the folding is kind of opposite to what I'd expect when it's on the wrist. Normally I'd expect it to close in the opposite direction. It's not quite clear if that's something that is interchangeable. I do suppose that this looks like I could swap the sides of this and make it in any direction that I prefer. And so that's what I might wind up doing before I wear the watch. Now the cool thing about WatchGang is that not only do they have the subscription service where you get a different mystery watch every month, but they also have the exchange. And so this being my first watch, I'm really excited and inclined to try the different services that WatchGang offers. I may wind up actually sending this on the exchange for perhaps a different watch of my choice, or what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to wear it for at least a couple days, put it on the wrist, get a feel for it, kind of see how I like it. Also, of course, make sure that the automatic mechanism and the timekeeping is accurate. But otherwise it's a beautiful watch. I mean, it's kind of exceeded my expectations, particularly with receiving an automatic watch at this price point. I'm really excited. I love to have the transparent case backs on the watch because I love to just look at the automatic movement. I mean, it really is a beautiful thing to admire. Now the bracelet itself, it does have a little bit of sound to it, a little bit of creaking sound, if you will. As you can see, it just uses the kind of standard push pins for removing and adding links to the bracelet in order to size it. So that's what you'd expect in a watch this price point. So I'm not surprised that it doesn't have screw-in pins or other things like that. It does again have those solid end links, which is something a little more premium for a watch in this range. It does of course have that water resistance as well, which is another nice thing. All right, so there you have it, the J Brackett. And again, this is my first watch I'm receiving from WatchGang. If you've liked this video at all, I recommend that you actually hit the like button and hit subscribe. And that way you can kind of stay tuned for my other watch reviews that are yet to come. There's a lot of watches that I have in my collection that I've never done a review for. They've actually never made it onto a video onto YouTube, and so I'm happy to share my watch collection with everybody because I'm actually very proud of the timepieces that I've collected over the years. And so stay tuned. And one other thing, don't forget, if you want to join WatchGang, I recommend it. So far I've had a good experience with my first purchase and starting my subscription. Just know that if you want to get a deal, if you want to get something out of it, just look in the caption in my video and click on the referral link. There's actually a referral link there. If you click on that, you actually not only get your subscription, you get something for free, 50 points that you can use on the Wheel of Watches. And that way it'll actually help you so that you could even earn a second watch as well. So definitely click on that link when you're going to join WatchGang. And that's a wrap, guys. So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Also leave some feedback for me. I'm going to be doing a lot more watch reviews, and so I'm excited to get feedback from everybody and see how I can make these videos better. But otherwise, until then, hasta la vista, baby.